Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are going over HITIF Inc.'s ticker symbol HITIF. Today, we're going to go over some great news that did come out that I think has a lot of great implications about the future of HITIF. I'm going to show you all my holdings in HITIF and let you know what I've been doing with the stock, and then I will also do a little bit of technical analysis just to give you all an idea of what exactly I will be doing with the stock in the future. So definitely stick around as we do have a lot to cover. Now, also, if you are looking to get access to this information as soon as I do get it, as well as get access to my trades, my video schedules, my daily newsletter, my trade portfolio, and everything I do as an investor or a YouTuber, definitely go down to the link in the description. It'll bring you over to my Patreon. That's where I'm fully transparent with all of this info. Also, if you are looking to expand out into a new brokerage or start your own investment journey, I 100% recommend using the referral link down below. Whenever you use that referral link and you open an account with Webull, if you deposit $100, you will get 2 free stocks that can be valued all the way up to $1,850. But with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's jump into this news. Let's see what is going on with HITIF and why I believe that this is great. Well, the news came out at about 5 a.m. that HITIF extends its maturity date and reduces the interest rate of a convertible debt with a strategic partner. Now, it says that they reached an agreement with a strategic investor to extend the maturity of its $2 million convertible debenture and reduce the applicable interest rate pursuant to a debenture amendment agreement. Now, the terms of this are going to be that they extend the maturity date up from April 18th of 2021 to April 18th of 2023. Now, they also reduced the applicable interest rate from 10% to 7%, which is a significant decrease in interest, and the conversion price of 75 cents will of course remain unchanged, which is typically what we will see. Now, we do have a quote here from Raj Grover saying that I am very pleased to report that the strategic partner has agreed to extend its debenture. During the last 9 months, we have announced 4 lenders to HITIF have agreed to extend the maturity of their debt by more than 1 year and simultaneously cut the applicable interest rate. This encompasses $42 million in total facilities. Over the past 4 quarters, we have generated $13.4 million in EBITDA, and specifically during our fiscal quarter ended January 31st, 2021, we reported $4.6 million in EBITDA and positive cash flow and operations before working capital of $3.5 million. So I think this has a lot of great implications for the company, as I did mention before, simply for the fact that it shows the faith that these investors do have in HITIF. Now, the reason I say that is because realistically, if HITIF was underperforming their expectations, if HITIF wasn't, remaining a strong partner or remaining a good partner, if they were doing things that were just kind of out of the ordinary, if they were doing anything really negative, a lot of these different investors and partnerships would be like, no, the maturity date is when the maturity date is. Matter of fact, since you are doing all of this and you're under operating how we are and you're a growing risk, well, we're going to actually, if you want us to extend this, we're going to have to increase that interest rate because that's an increased risk to us. Well, we saw the opposite. They say, yeah, we'll extend this thing out 2 years and then we'll also cut the interest rate down because you are a less of a risk to us due to all of the progress in which you have seen. We have to consider HITIF has done so much since any of these agreements were made. I mean, we have to consider the fact that they're up to having opened 80 different retail stores right now, while they are also increasing a lot of their wholesale presence and their online presence as well. So as time does go on, they are becoming less and less of a risk for some of these investors, and with that being said, they will allow them to come to even better agreements for both HITIF and the investor. So that being said, I'm very pleased with this news. I think that as we have seen this in the past, it does show that there is a lot of maturity going on within the company and that these other investors are finding a lot of faith in them. So as we do see here, this is again not the first time we've seen this year. The company extended the maturity date on a $10 million credit facility with Windsor Capital on December 31st of 2021, with a subsequent 1-year extension to December 31st of 2020, and it reduced the interest rate from 11.5 to 10%. Now, we do see here that additionally, the company extended the maturity of Meta's existing debt from to December 31st of 2024, and a reduction of all-inclusive interest rates from 12.5% to 10%. So as we can see here, that a lot of the different investors and strategic partners that HITIF all have that same amount of faith in them, and I think going forward, as they do continue to perform as well as they are, that it will only restore the confidence and it will continue to build up on the confidence that many people, including retail investors and some of these institutional investors, that they have in HITIF, and of course that is going to be amazing for the stock. Now, whenever it does come to my position in the company, I actually wanted to be very transparent about the fact that I am down about 13% on this stock. Now, the reason that I am down will become clear in a quick second here, but I wanted to show you, like, I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be perfect, and I think it's important for YouTubers to be super transparent on this platform, because there's a lot of YouTubers who lie. They make it out like, oh, they only have winning trades all the time, and that every trade they have is green, and I don't think that's realistic, right? So what I wanted to show you guys is right now I'm currently down about 13%. The size of this position in my portfolio is about $516 is my cost basis, and it's down about $69. Well, as you can see here, this is a breakdown of all the times in which I have bought the stock, and so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump over to the stock charts, and I have it highlighted on when I actually made these purchases. So as we can see here, High Tide has been trading within this same channel for quite some time. Now, I bought the very first time here, which is going to be in the very beginning of March, and as it did fall, I was like, okay, well, realistically, it's going to hit this resistance around this area, so I picked up shares here. Now, I knew that they had quarterly earnings coming up, and I knew that quarterly earnings was going to be phenomenal, and I personally thought that it was going to have a greater impact than it did. So as it did grow, I was still steadily picking up these shares because I thought that the quarterly earnings was going to be enough of a catalyst for us to see this break through this top line resistance, and that we would see it start to gradually make its way up. That was sadly not the case, and as we did meet resistance, I was like, I think it's going to break through. I picked up some shares on this day, and I was wrong. And you know what? That is okay. I was so confident actually that it was going to break that resistance from the quarterly earnings that I doubled my position size within those 2 days. So as you can see here, I'm not just faking my confidence in this company. I truly do believe that they have the potential. So that being said, I was wrong, and as it did continue to go down, what I have been noticing is that since we are within this channel, I didn't think that it had any reasoning to stop before hitting the bottom of this channel again, as we have seen within the past. Now, of course, it may start to trade below it at some point, but I don't believe that it has any reason to cross past this and start to work a downtrend from this point forward. I just can't imagine that will happen personally. So whenever it does come to what I plan on doing, as we can see, this red line is my cost basis. I know it's not the most straight line ever, but my cost basis is currently sitting at right around 68 cents, right around this area here. And so what I plan on doing is allowing this thing to fall. I know that we are seeing a bit of a green day today. It's about 2%, but I truly do believe that we will likely see this start to fall within this box somewhere. Now, this bottom line resistance has honestly been more on a bit of an uptrend, kind of like that. But what I've just gone ahead and did, and I drew this rectangle because I think as soon as this stock crosses within this box, I'm going to load the boat. Now, the reason I'm going to be doing that is since my current cost basis is going to be all the way up here, I need to lower my cost basis. So my current game plan right now is, since my portfolio size on this stock is about $516 cost basis at $446 in current value, I will likely add about $500 worth and pretty much double my position from once we hit this area here, from probably around that, I'd say about that 57 cent mark down to like the 55 cent mark. That is about where I'm getting in. Now, that's not too far from where it is at the moment, so I'm definitely waiting for that to happen. Now, again, like I said, I know it's green today, but I expect that we will likely see a red day coming soon, or maybe it'll consolidate. And if it does consolidate, that just kind of goes to show that maybe this bottom trend line has kind of slanted upwards, and then maybe this is going to be the resistance at the very top of this box, pretty much where it is now. So I'll definitely keep a close eye on it. If you're in my Patreon, you will definitely get updated when that happens. But what I intend on doing is to pick up about double of where I am now to hopefully lower my cost basis to maybe around the 62 to 63 cent mark, as I do believe that as it does start to rebound, we're going to retest this resistance, and I think that one of these days it should come through it. Now, it may trade sideways for the next few months, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I will continue to pick up shares down here and eventually lower my cost basis down into the 50s maybe, but until then, I will definitely keep an eye on it and keep you guys updated on what my plans are, as I think that this is a stock that has so much potential, as they are making such big moves, as you know, they're trading at a very low price in comparison to what I think they're capable of just personally, that I think this is just an absolute steal, and I can't wait to keep on loading up the boat, because one day I truly believe that it is going to pay off. With that being said, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This should be taken as entertainment purposes only. Do not make any trades, do not make any investments based off of this video. At the end of the day, I could be a guy who knows nothing about what I'm talking about. So definitely make your own decisions based off of your own research. But that being said, that is my current game plan for High Tide, and that is the news that we did get today. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. I post on this channel 2 to 3 times every single day, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace.